Most people who want to get into DevOps never actually make it. Not because they are not smart enough, not because the field is too hard, but because they start without a clear direction. They get overwhelmed within a few weeks and they quietly give up. Today, I'm going to make sure that it does not happen to you. I'm going to walk you through the exact roadmap I would follow if I had to start DevOps from absolute zero. No IT background, no coding experience, nothing. Just a goal and an internet connection. And by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly where to start, what to learn, in what order, and how long each step should realistically take. Now, I want to say something before we dive in. There is one mistake that almost every beginner makes on this journey, and it's not the mistake you think it is. I'm going to tell you what it is because once you hear it, everything else will make more sense. So stay with me. Hi everybody, I'm Sirat, IT support and cybersecurity specialist working here in Frankfurt, Germany. Let's start with a question. What even is DevOps? Because if you are a complete beginner, you have probably seen the word everywhere and still feel fuzzy about what it actually means. Here's the simplest way I can explain it. DevOps is the bridge between people who write software and the people who make sure that software actually runs reliably in the real world. It involves automating processes, managing infrastructure, and making sure applications can be deployed quickly and without breaking. Companies everywhere need this, and the demand for DevOps engineers globally is only growing, including in tech hubs across Europe and beyond. But here's the thing, you cannot just jump into DevOps tools without building a proper foundation first, and that is exactly where most beginners go wrong. Phase 1 is the foundation, and I know that sounds boring, but I need you to hear this. Every person who struggles with advanced DevOps concepts later can trace it back to the one thing: they skipped or rushed the foundation. So do not do that. The foundation has 3 parts: Linux, Bash scripting, and Git. That is it. Just 3 things. Linux first. Here's why it matters so much. Almost every server, every cloud system, every container you will ever work with as DevOps engineer runs on Linux. If you do not understand Linux, you are trying to do a job where you cannot read the most important language in the room. Start with the basics. Learn how to navigate the terminal. Understand files, permissions, processes, and how a Linux system is structured. It sounds intimidating if you have never opened the terminal before, but after a few weeks, it starts to feel completely natural. Bash scripting is next. This is basically writing small programs in Linux that automate repetitive tasks. As DevOps engineer, you are constantly automating things. Bash is how you do a lot of that automation. You do not need to become a programming expert, you just need to become comfortable enough to write scripts that do simple jobs for you. Then Git. Git is the tool that developers use to track changes in their code. Every company uses it, every DevOps workflow involves it. Learn the basics, understand how branching and merging works, and get comfortable with it because you will use Git literally every single day in this career. If you're a complete beginner to all 3 of these, give yourself 2 months. If you have touched any of them before, 1 month is realistic. The point is, do not rush this. A strong foundation makes every phase after this dramatically easier. Drop a comment below and tell me where you are right now. Are you completely new to IT? Are you already somewhere in the middle of this journey? Let me know because I read every comment and provide detailed responses. Phase 2 is cloud basics. And this is where things start to feel exciting because you are now building actual infrastructure in the real world. My recommendation for beginners is to start with AWS. The reason is simple. AWS is the largest market share globally and it consistently appears more than any other cloud platform in job postings. When you are starting out and you need to pick one cloud to focus on, pick the one that gives you the highest chance of being relevant in the job market. Now, when you first log in into AWS, you're going to see a giant menu of hundreds of services, and it looks terrifying. Ignore most of it. As a beginner, you need to deeply understand 5 core concepts. Number 1, compute, which is basically virtual machines in the cloud. Number 2, which is where data lives. Number 3, networking, which is how systems talk to each other. Number 4, identity and access management, which controls who can do what. And number 5, basic deployment services that help you get applications running. Learn these 5 areas deeply. Understand the concepts first and then learn how AWS implements them, because the same concepts exist on Azure and Google Cloud too. Once you understand the foundation of cloud, picking up any platform later is not that hard. And one more thing about this phase. Do not start by chasing certifications. I know the AWS certification badge looks good, amazing on your LinkedIn, but if you sit the exam before you have actually built anything, you are just memorizing answers. Build real projects on cloud infrastructure first, prove your knowledge to yourself, then certify if you want to. 1 to 2 months for this phase. This phase is costly, and if you want me to provide you details to use it for free for some months, not always, and give you a step-by-step guide, please let me know in the comments and I will create courses and demos for this. If this resonated with you, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Phase 3 is infrastructure as code. This concept is going to feel like a superpower once it clicks. The idea is that instead of manually clicking buttons to set up servers and networks, you write code that does all of that automatically and consistently every single time. The main tool here is Terraform, and it is used by companies all around the world in real production environments. Learn the concept first. Ask yourself why this exists. What problem does it solve for a team of engineers? Once you understand the why, the how becomes so much easier to observe. Your goal in this phase is to write Terraform code that actually provisions real infrastructure on AWS. Not just follow a tutorial line by line, actually build something and understand what each part does. 1 month for this phase is probably enough. Now, phase 4. Phase 4 is containerization, Docker and Kubernetes. And I want to say something upfront. A lot of content online makes this phase sound incredibly difficult. It is not. Docker is actually one of the most satisfying tools you will learn in this entire journey, because once you understand it, it just makes sense. A container is basically a lightweight package that contains everything an application needs to run. The idea is that it runs the same way on your laptop, on a server in a data center, and on a cloud platform. No more, it works on my machine problems. Kubernetes is the tool that manages many containers running together. You do not need to become a Kubernetes expert as a beginner. You need to understand the core concepts and know how to deploy and manage applications using it. 20% of what Docker and Kubernetes can do covers 80% of what you will actually use on the job, believe me. Focus on that 20%. 1 to 2 months should be enough for this part too. Phase 5 is CI/CD, and this is the heart of DevOps. Continuous integration and continuous delivery. This is the automated process that takes code a developer just wrote and automatically tests it, packages it, and deploys it to a live environment without a single human clicking anything manually. This is what DevOps is really about at its core. Pick one tool to start with. GitHub Actions is my recommendation for beginners because it is accessible, widely used, and deeply integrated with where most code already lives. Jenkins and GitLab CI are also excellent options. But here's the most important thing about this phase. Do not just watch tutorials about pipelines. Build one. Write some simple code. Push it to a repository and set up an automated pipeline that tests it, packages it into a container, and deploys it. When you have done that once from start to finish, you will understand DevOps better than most people who have been studying it for years from theory alone or just for the sake of certifications. Give this phase 1 to 2 months and give it your full attention. If this resonated with you, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That helps me a lot with the algorithms. Phase 6 is observability, monitoring with Prometheus and Grafana. 1 month is enough. This is about understanding what is happening inside your systems at all times. How do you know if something is broken? How do you know before your users notice? Learn how to set up basic monitoring dashboards, understand what metrics matter, and get comfortable with the idea of watching a live system and knowing what healthy looks like versus what broken looks like. Now here's the mistake I told you about in the beginning, the one that quietly destroys most beginners on this path. The mistake is learning every tool in isolation. People do a Docker course and then an AWS course and then a Terraform course, and then they never combine them. They never build something where all these pieces work together. And so after months of studying, they still feel stuck. They still feel like they are not ready to apply for jobs. They still feel like something is missing because, of course, they are not sure. What is missing is connection, the ability to take everything you learned and build something real with it. Companies are not hiring people who have a long list of courses on their resume. They are hiring people who can sit in a conversation and say, here is something I have built. Here is how it works, and here is the problem that it solves. So from day one of this roadmap, every time you learn something new, add it to something you are already building. Do not start a brand new project every week. Keep building on the same thing. Expand it. Break it on purpose. Figure out why it broke and fix it again. That is how real engineers learn, and that is what makes you genuinely hireable. If you follow this roadmap with real focus on consistency, you are looking at 6 to 9 months to go from zero IT knowledge to a solid practical DevOps skill set that you can confidently talk about in interviews. 6 to 9 months, not years, just focused, intentional months. The roadmap is here right in front of you. The only thing standing between you and that career is whether you start today or keep waiting for the perfect moment. Drop a comment below and tell me where you are right now. Are you completely new to IT? Are you already somewhere in the middle of this journey? Let me know, because I read every comment and I want to know where you are so I can create the content that actually helps you move forward. And if you know someone who is trying to break into tech and has no idea where to start, share this video with them. It might be the most useful thing they watch this year. See you in the next one.